The two features that we'll be covering here are the Save and Save As. In fact, you can come up here and click on the File tab, and there they are, Save and Save As. Let me click on the File tab again so we can go back to the front stage view. First of all, the Save feature. Anytime you're saving a presentation for the first time where it has a generic name and it hasn't been saved to your computer, it'll force you to do a Save As. Well, what's a Save As? The Save As is a window that pops open, and it will ask you two questions. First of all, what name do you want to give it? I mean, do you want to leave it as Presentation 1? Well, I'm going to be doing a presentation on essential oils, so why not call it and have it represent the presentation by the name here. So if I have a dozen presentations, I can just look at the name and go, it's essential oils, I know what that's about. The second question that it'll ask is, where do you want to save it on your computer? I mean, without the where, then it's not going to be on your computer, right? So anytime you do a save, and it's the first time you're saving a presentation, it'll ask those two questions. Let's go ahead and do it right now. Come up here, you can either click on the Save button on the Quick Access toolbar or hover over it, and you get the little pop-up there that says the shortcut keys are Control-S. You can do that. Or you can click on the File tab and click on Save. It opens up the Save As window, and right now in the address bar you can see it's going to be saving it in the Exercises folder on the desktop. If I don't want to save it there, I can just come over here in the navigation pane and click on Desktop. It takes me right to the desktop, and I can save it on the desktop if I'd like. Or, now that I'm on the desktop in the main view, what's on the desktop? The Exercises folder. Double click on that, and I can go back to the Exercises folder on the desktop to save it. So there's the where, okay? The second question is, what name do you want to give it? Right now it's got a generic name, Presentation 1. I mean, if I'm going to be doing a presentation on let's go ahead and click in the file name. It selects the name. Go ahead and hit the delete key and just type in, well, your presentation's file name. That's it. All you have to do is go ahead and click Save. You can see up in the title bar, it renames it to the name that we gave it, Essential Oils, and also it knows where on the computer it's going to be saved to, and that's in the Exercises folder, right? So if I go ahead and close out of here, go to my desktop, double click to open up the Exercises folder. Let's look in here. There it is, Essential Oils, okay? Double click on that to open it up, and then that way, from here on out, if I make any changes, like I add some text here, insert some images or objects, and I come back up here and I click on the Save button, notice that when I click on it, it doesn't bring up that Save As window, because now it knows what the title is, and we gave it, or the name of the file, Essential Oils, and it knows where it's at on the computer. So again, anytime you're saving something for the first time, it performs a Save As. Thereafter, click Save, work on it, click Save. Get Save Happy, so that way, if something happens to the program or your computer, you don't lose all that work. I save my presentation maybe every couple of minutes, or any major changes that I made to it, so I don't lose all that. Now after you save it, you have the Save As feature, which was performed or forced to perform anytime you save the presentation for the first time. Well, after you save it, let's say you want to make a copy of it. The Save As feature actually can make copies of the original presentation, so that way you can have a second copy, you can mess with that, make changes to it without affecting the first copy. So if you want to make a copy of this presentation and maybe send that on to somebody else, then just come up here and click on the File tab, go down to Save As, brings up the same window, Save As, right? And it'll ask us two questions. Where do you want to save this copy? And what new name do you want to give it? Now you don't have to give it a new name. If I click Save, notice it has the same name as the file that we already saved. If I click Save, it just says, look, it already exists. You can override it. And we'll just go ahead and say no. So let's go ahead and let's call it 2, and then click Save. It'll save it in the same place, Exercises folder of course, but it'll be a copy of it. Just have to rename it, not give it the same name as the original, Essential Oils. Click Save. There it is up in the title bar. It's renamed. So I no longer have open, because we saved it as another copy. We now have open. So any changes I make here, and I click Save, will be saved not to the original, but to the copy, number 2. Okay, let's go ahead and close out. Exercises folder, there's the original, there's number 2. Double click to open that up, and we're back to the original PowerPoint presentation.